Good morning and welcome to the 4th of July parade here in downtown Oshkosh. I'm John Neiman with Aurora Medical Center.
And Judy Ritchie with the Oshkosh Committee on Aging and Community Advocate. We welcome everyone. It's a gorgeous day, and what has already transpired is we've had several groups go through, including Oshkosh Southwest Rotary, who shares with lots of nice flags for everyone along the route.
And did you see the number? They are giving out 8,000 flags today along the parade route. Also, before the parade started, we had the American Legion Riders with all of their wonderful motorcycles, and the Oshkosh Aces Motorcycle Club, and
the Rustic Riders, which is another motorcycle club. And accompanying the Southwest Rotary folks was one of the Oshkosh Corporation, Oshkosh Defense trucks, but we'll see a lot more of that later. In the meantime, we've got a lot of excitement building, people lined up along the street.
Lots and lots of people on this gorgeous day. So we're glad that you could join us for our annual Oshkosh 4th of July Independence Day parade here in downtown Oshkosh.
While we're getting started, we'd like to thank the parade committee, Rick Wing, who is the chairman, Dee Shates, and Ann Hawk, the parade coordinator. The parade lineup committee is the Vietnam Veterans of America with Dwayne Cannon as president, Rick Wing, Chuck Butzloff, Gary Lee, Bruce Williams, Joe Vandenheuvel, and Jeff Freund, Myron Dimmitt, Jake Hendricks, Dennis Cartwright. Then we also have the Associates of Vietnam Veterans of America with Betty Cannon as the AVVA representative, Donna Butzloff, Gloria Cartwright, Dee Shates, Ann Hawk, and a new member, Tom Schofield. So we have that token mail in there this time.
Good. And we're glad here actually to be your hosts again, because this parade is all about volunteers. So as the host of Helping Hands on Life TV, we're glad to see so many volunteers here that make this wonderful parade possible. I mean, there's a beautiful breeze here in downtown Oshkosh. I think there's more people than last year, and people came earlier this year because they're excited to see what's going to happen again at our wonderful parade, again put on by volunteers. So we're glad that you could be with us. Well, here I guess is the official start of our Oshkosh 4th of July parade. We have the Oshkosh Police and Sheriff's Honor Guard joining us today to officially start off the Oshkosh 4th of July Independence Day parade.
We do have to acknowledge the Oshkosh Auxiliary Police, who went ahead of the Honor Guard, just because they assist in so many different things.
And again, the sign of respect for our country and for our flag, with our people standing, taking their hats off, hands over their heart, and clapping and cheering, because really, truly, we are blessed to be part of this wonderful country.
And coming up now are the Knights of Columbus. They were not on our sheets, but they participate with us every year. And if you notice, the different capes and plumes with their hats all signify different positions within the group.
I wonder if purple is the highest, or is it green? There's one green, a couple purple, lots of white. We appreciate what they do for us, as it says, home of the free because of the brave. So thank you for being part of our wonderful, wonderful parade here in downtown Oshkosh, where we said the weather is gorgeous. Also, it's the last day of Sawdust Days here, our big event in our city. So welcome to Oshkosh.
And here comes another honor guard. And bear with us, folks. We don't always have a sheet with information of which group is coming, nor can we see ahead of time who it is. So, again, an honor guard with a great deal of respect by the community.
And the ever popular candy that is being thrown from the car that follows this honor guard. Children just love this parade for that reason. Lots and lots of candy they're going to get throughout the day, as we can see right here with the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Post 1908, the first car was their past commanders. Beautiful red cars too, how fitting for our parade today. And then we have the walkers coming up right behind them, throwing out the ever popular candy.
And behind them are Kavanaugh's carriages with their chuck wagon. So I wonder what kind of goodies they're cooking up today.
Oh, doesn't that sound good? I know they say this is the day that the number one food to be cooked out on your grill is hot dogs.
And is your family having a cookout today?
Yes, we are, and it's a hot dog bar today too, so we fit right in. Thank you also to the Ladies Auxiliary of the VFW. Oh, and Kavanaugh's is holding on to a trophy, nice and high, so they must be an award winner today in our parade. But Judy, here comes the music, and here comes the Oshkosh VFW band just coming into sight right now. You can hear their wonderful music. They're being pulled by a tow truck from Lawrence.
And they were formed in 1947, and so this is the 71st year that they have been of service to the community with their music.
No better way to start a parade than with music and flags. So we're very, very grateful to have them. And behind them, we have some dinosaurs, patriotic dinosaurs with the flag. Thank you, Oshkosh VFW Band. And again, just a reminder, too, volunteers make all this possible, whether it's the parade or whether it's Sawdust Days down at Menominee Park.
And coming up now is the VanderC Family with their 1960 fire truck. And did you notice they have got grandma on there?
In 1960, that was a great year. A lot of good things happened in 1960. Once again, as we have some time here also, we do want to talk about things coming up in Oshkosh, which is Event City. July 24th through July 30th is EAA coming to town, flying in, Air Venture. So put that on your calendars, July 24th through July 30th. And then also, the Winnebago County Fair is August 2nd through 6th. So plan ahead because the summer is going to go by so fast, so quickly. You want to make sure you get all those events.
And coming up next, we've got Jazzercise. And I'm just amazed at these women that they can do their dance all the way through the parade and then go out to Omro and do the same thing over again.
And they have approximately 20 to 25 ladies who are volunteering to dance for us in the parade today. So we appreciate them being here, putting out all that energy for this wonderful parade.
I just don't have that kind of energy anymore.
Oh my gosh, especially it's early in the morning.
Well,
They've had their coffee, Judy. And they're all smiling, they have all this energy.
and imagine somebody in a sling being able to make it way through with their dancing.
Again, this parade has so many different kinds of entries in it. There is definitely something for everyone here in our Oshkosh 4th of July parade.
And coming up next, we've got the American Legion Cook Fuller Post 70 with their honor guard.
And again, this time we have the names provided, so it's always great to acknowledge the people who are a part of this. We have Pat Geller, Paul Reiner, Ginger Lennon, William Christensen, and Francis Matthey, who are the Post Auxiliary Junior Legionnaires. So we appreciate them.
Actually, they're not the juniors. There's some juniors after that.
Oh. Well, I'm sure they want to be called juniors. Very nice. And here we are, Bergstrom, GM of Oshkosh.
Supporting the American Legion Cook Fuller Post.
Lots of walkers in the parade too this year. Sometimes it's a mixture of more entries, but we have lots of walkers with that all-important candy, which puts a smile on everybody's face.
Coming up next, we've got the Moyer Corn Maze with the Humane Society. That corn maze in the fall is a great activity for the youth or the adults.
Yep. And it's open September and October, so that's not that far away.
Right. And then with all the walkers with the dogs, and the dogs enjoying themselves.
Yeah. And you know, now is the time the Humane Society has a lot of specials on adoptions of cats and dogs, so be sure to check it out and also support the Oshkosh Area Humane Society. They're always looking for donations of not only pet foods but cleaning supplies, which really helps keep that organization going.
And next up we've got the Oshkosh Area United Way, and this year they have a 2017 Ford Focus and driven with Barb Herzog and
Sue Ponick.
Sue Ponick is riding.
Yes, and there's someone in the back seat, but I can't tell who it is.
Probably Judy Britton.
But that car will be given away to one lucky donor. Oh, this is wonderful. Coming into sight now
is the City of Oshkosh float, and it's always done by Clem Floats, and always beautiful. And again, spotlighting the USA, all the red, white, and blue.
Being driven by a John Deere.
No, the John Deere is being driven by someone.
Oh, what a beautiful float. USA, and how fitting to have the colors, the flags following it also. What a beautiful float with the eagle. Do you know that the eagle was not the first choice to be the bird of our country? You know what it was?
Wild turkey.
A turkey? I'm glad we got the eagle.
Okay, and next we've got the VFW Post 2126 from Menasha, and they have their honor guard as well as their post commander.
It's nice to see so many, whether they're Legionnaires or the posts, the VFW posts, in our parade, supporting the parade, also showing the pride of our flag and of our country. So Menasha VFW Post 2126, and again, all gave some gave all, and most importantly, freedom is not free. And here comes
Julie's Touch of Silver. And again, the energy of these young people going through the entire parade route here, and many of them then going out to Amro and doing it all over again.
Now, my kids were testing me today to see what song they were going to do their routine to. And I'm trying to, usually it's Katy Perry's Fireworks, so this might be it. Wow, what a sight to see all that red coming down the street.
Well, and what's really important to note is that these girls, and there's a few guys, devote a tremendous amount of time to their practices and the competitions and their award winners.
Exactly.
My neighbor's granddaughter with her group took, I believe, 2 firsts and a second last week at a competition out in Amro.
And Julie's has been in business for 36 years, a staple in our Oshkosh community. This is just wonderful to see all of the red and all of the silver batons going in the air, and not one has been dropped. Gorgeous. It is Katy Perry Fireworks, I got that right. So that was perfect also. What a great group. We're thankful that they can be in our parade today.
You watch the little ones, they're twirling, but they're not tossing.
Yes.
But again, the enthusiasm and how cute they are.
And all the stages to think that the little ones one day will be leading the parade where the bigger ones are right now. Wonderful. Thank you again, Julie's Touch of Silver, for participating in our Oshkosh 4th of July parade. And again, we want to talk about all the volunteers that make this parade happen and special. And again, it's not that they plan the parade a day before. They start planning the parade right after the parade is over with.
The parade ends up down at Sawdust Days today. They have a little bit of time to enjoy that. And they go home, they veg out, and they start planning already tomorrow or the next day. And it takes a lot of time and effort. And really, we're talking the parade committee, but there's a lot of people who support them with various donations, doing fundraisers, you name it, they're there to help.
And you have to then coordinate with the street department, the Oshkosh Police Department, the Oshkosh Media, who always does a wonderful job in taping the parade every year, so you guys can watch it on Oshkosh Media Live TV. So go to oshkoshmedia.org if you're looking for the times of when the parade will be replayed this year.
And coming up next, we have Carmel Crisp, and definitely very involved in the community.
And it's
there's good
Cookie
food.
Monsters.
I don't know. I'm not a cookie person, but I know that you are. And nobody has given you any candy yet
Nobody's
today.
given candy
You're
or caramel
deprived.
crisp or cookies.
You're so deprived today.
I know. Who do I have to wait to get the candy from? Remember that one year they delivered it right to us?
And there was another year, because you whined so much the previous year, that you got the all-day sucker.
Yeah, hey. But thank you again. We talk about community. We talked about our beautiful downtown, which Carmel Crisp is part of. So we appreciate them being here. I think they are giving out. Yeah, look at the kids, how excited they are to get the treats and to see the Cookie Monster here also. Best cookies ever. Thank you, Carmel Crisp, for being part of our parade.
And how large they are.
Yes. Again, we could not have planned for a better day for this parade. As we said, people were down here in downtown Oshkosh really, really early to get a seat. And as you can see by our coverage here, the seats are filled. They're packed in tightly here to watch our wonderful parade.
And coming up next, we have our Miss Oshkosh 1953, Carol Fenrick.
She started the whole ball rolling.
She did.
And she looks as good today as she did back then.
And she is very active in the community on lots of different things. So she definitely sets an example. And then coming
1953, Judy.
1953.
Wow.
I was around then. Believe me, I was around.
And she's faithful. She's always in these parades, waving. She did really, really well in the Miss Wisconsin pageant. We're so grateful that she could be here once again today. Our very own first ever Miss Oshkosh, Carol Fenridge.
And coming up next, we have Miss Oshkosh, Kara Fiedler, and she was crowned in March and represented us in the Miss Wisconsin pageant. And before we get through everything, there's 4 points on the crowns that these ladies wear. Do you know what they stand for?
Sure, I'll look at your notes.
Scholarship, success, style, and service.
And service above all.
And there's nowhere do you see beauty. It's style, but not beauty. So it is not a beauty contest.
And they all do have a platform that they serve, that they go into the community with. So we're grateful for that. And now Miss Oshkosh Outstanding Teen, beautiful in white.
Zoe Rosinski, and she's a sophomore honor student at North High.
She also was the Miss America Spirit Award, which was voted on by fellow contestants. So we appreciate her being here and showing how the youth do get involved in our community, especially with the pageants, with all of the scholarship monies that they can use then to further their education. So we thank you Miss Wisconsin pageant for being part of our parade and all the work that you do.
And next we've got the Zor Mavericks. We see them every year. And the Shriners. And this group is, I believe, from Montello. One of the wonderful things about with Shriners is the amount of, and again as volunteers, the amount of money that they raise and is used for medical care for youth without any expectation of reimbursement from the parents.
Exactly. So what they're doing here today is raising awareness and also raising money for the Shriners and to help all of those children who need special care. And like I said, everything goes to the Shriners Hospitals, and they do a wonderful job with all the tight turns they make and everything and the intricate patterns.
They do. They don't fall out, and they don't run into one another.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we do appreciate them very, very much, and thank them, the Zora Mavericks, for being part of our parade, as they are every year. Well, coming into sight now.
Not sure what this car is, but behind the car is
KG.
Yes, Kate. Oh, I didn't see him. I saw.
He was in the crowd. How could you miss him, Judy? He's 9 feet tall.
Because I was looking at my notes.
Oh, well, acknowledge the car first, which is Disabled American Veterans, the Fuller chapter, and then behind them is KG. KG and the Ranger.
Okay. And they've been with us forever, and the armadillo that pulls the wagon.
Yes.
And I knew Rick a lot of years ago when, well, we all lived in Fond du Lac at the time. But remember Shakey's out on the frontage
yes.
road?
Oh, do I miss
And they had
Shakey's.
live music on Friday
Yep.
and Saturday, and he was part of that live music.
All decked out in red, white, and blue. And now we have the Muslims for Peace. Their entry sign says love for all, hatred for none. Here marching in our parade from the Muslim community of Oshkosh.
And they're very active in the community in a very positive way. They do food drives and
Blood drives.
And volunteer for a lot of activities and everything. Their youth are good students in school. They're good neighbors.
And they've been in Oshkosh for over 20 years, participating, helping, supporting, and being part of our wonderful community. So thank you for being part of our parade again today. Here we have two, boy, the car washes must do wonderful the day before the parade because all of these vehicles are so shiny and new and wonderful colors. And here we have the red and the blue part of the parade. It's always nice to see. Always makes me just want to decide what my next vehicle purchase will be.
And coming up is the American Black Belt Academy. And again, a lot of youth learning discipline and
also
just teamwork.
As it says too, they're the only not-for-profit, which again we understand because we both work for not-for-profits and how important it is to raise money or awareness when you are a not-for-profit.
And as a nonprofit, and especially the early years where I was working, you did a lot with little of nothing.
Yeah.
You just really made it stretch, and we did a lot of recycling before it became popular.
And
it was a way of life.
That's why this parade is important, because they're getting their name out, they're getting the word out, and also that's the reason we started Helping Hands, which has been on Life TV for 14 years, is to give aid and PR and marketing to all of those not-for-profits in our community so people know more about them and possibly want to go and volunteer for them.
Right. And they don't have the budgets to put the ads in the paper and be on TV and things otherwise.
Yep.
So with Aurora Medical Center and Harnick's Flowerland, being able to support us to the extent that they do, the friends of Oshkosh Media, who also make it possible for us to do this type of a program, makes a huge, huge difference.
Yes, and we thank them. And like we said, we just can't believe it's 14 years and we're still on TV and you're still watching, so we appreciate that.
And coming up next is the Winnebago County Republican Party. And we have walkers, and we even have the electric chair.
All supporting. And this is a day, this is what the world should be about, is coming together, as we said, as one group, as the farmers, the original settlers did. Working together is the key, and that's our key here too, is let's work together to make this a better country and to appreciate the freedoms that we all do have and that we enjoy every day. I hear the music. I love the music in the parades.
Oh, they're throwing out party beads.
Oh, hey, we like to party.
Speak for yourself.
Oh.
I turn into a pumpkin pretty early in the evening some days.
Oh.
Although retirement has let me stay up a little later.
We'll see. And beads are a good idea. I mean, we have everything from candy to cookies to beads. Even one year they were handing out freezer pops,
Right.
which was a great hit.
And next is the Oshkosh Elks Lodge 292. And again, the Elks volunteers, and with that, they support a lot of different things. And a big one that they do are the baskets for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And these folks,
and for the youth,
Yeah.
the scholarships that they give.
Absolutely.
And here again, we're talking about the youth, and they are the youth being the honor guard.
Paired with the Scouts.
And those bright, you always can tell the Elks because they have the wonderful
red jackets or the red shirts.
Yep, exactly. So thank you for all the work that you do in Oshkosh to support our community and also to support our youth.
And did you know that they have music and dancing out at their lodge frequently?
Ooh.
I have a neighbor that goes out there
Is
very
it polka?
regularly. I don't know. I've not gone for it.
Oh, I'll have to check into that because, boy.
I'll have to talk to Diana and find out.
Yeah, because every Sunday morning we watch Polka, Polka, Polka on TV.
And Winnie County High School has a polka band.
Wow.
So not only do they have the regular band and the jazz band, but they've got a polka band.
Now that is unique, but that's true to Wisconsin too. Wow. So again, Oshkosh Elks Lodge 292. Variety of ages there supporting our wonderful community.
And the Elks ladies are on the trailer along with a couple of the Elks gentlemen.
Because they still want to volunteer. Maybe their legs aren't working as well as they used to.
Well, Carolyn Mafridis has been there forever. She's still looking good. And
we know that sound.
the festival large grocery cart.
Yep, we know that sound. Festival Foods is always
Caliber
a
Law.
staple. The wonderful yellow Festival Food shirts, handing out. They have so much candy, they need shopping carts to put it in. That's how much candy we give out at our parade here in Oshkosh. And it's nice to see the familiar faces of those who work at Festival Food who are also part of the parade. Oh, Judy, here comes Miss Amvet. And she's walking, look at those heels, and she is walking in this parade. Wonderful. I give her credit.
Definitely, because again, I have trouble balancing on them at my age.
And it's a long route, but again, their support is definitely, and her name is Angela Hill, who is Miss Amvet. And there's the Amvets Auxiliary, Kathy Trotz and Palm.
And you notice the white gloves.
Yeah. Oh, here we have the wonderful music of the Oshkosh Area Community Band, the official band of Winnebago County.
Yes. And we normally have Amy Hathaway driving the truck. She broke her toe, so now Terry's brother John, I believe it's John, is driving. But These are all volunteers of all ages, from high school on up through the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
And they give wonderful concerts throughout the year. And as it says, music should be for life. And it should be, because we really enjoy it.
And they have the free concerts. And here we have the 1157th Transportation Company for the Wisconsin National Guard. And they've got 3 different trucks, and don't ask me to name them all. And
wow, they are big.
Again, going back to my youth in the dark ages, it was a big deal when they were going out to Camp McCoy, and they'd go through AMRO, and we'd all line up along the streets and, wave and shout to the guys, and they'd wave back. Then when they came back through, we did the same thing. And it was a treat.
It is.
And, the whole town seemed to have turned out for something like that. So there was a great deal of respect, for them.
Just a couple of July statistics. One that we have to do something about. The number of people who attend a fireworks display, 63%. The number of people who display an American flag is only at 66. After today, with the 8,000 being given out by the Oshkosh Rotary, Southwest Rotary, that should be up to 100% of people who display and proudly wave their flags. Guess how many hot dogs?
Way more than I can eat.
150 million hot dogs eaten over the 4th of July. That is amazing.
And how many hamburgers and brats?
Yeah, that's second and third. And in fact, chicken is second.
I'm more for chicken.
Yeah, so hamburgers kind of went down a little.
And if I have a hot dog, it's got to be crispy brown.
Oh, that's how I like. Oh, that's exactly how I like mine.
Okay, next here we've got Felix Towing, and you see them out fairly regularly with the flatbed that just kind of winches the car up and hauls it instead of, pulling it behind.
We're glad. If we need them, we're glad that they're there for us. So again, thank you, Felix Towing, for being part of our parade today. And again, just a couple reminders that Sawdust Days does continue today, and it ends today, which is the 4th of July. It's in Menominee Park. And also then flying into town for EAA Air Venture, July 24th through July 30th. Join us in Oshkosh Event City. And then the Winnebago County Fair, August 2nd through 6th. Lots of great activities to keep you busy throughout this wonderful summer that we've been blessed with.
And coming up now is the Hecky family with their tractors, and they've got Super Farmalls, which goes back a number of years, Super C, Super H, Super M, and then an International, and they are a wonderful standby in the town of Nakaima. You can count on them for help anytime.
Yeah, the Hecky family is just great.
Very
supportive.
Very
so we have the 1951 in front of us, then 1953. And I have bifocal, so I can't really read the date of the third one yet, but they're all bright, shiny red tractors, which again, farmers are a staple in our community with what they do, what they give back. Appreciate
Another
it.
1953.
Oh, good. Oh, used to watch them on TV. Not this group. They're too young, but love them. The Fox City Roller Derby in downtown Oshkosh.
And they're very active. There's also a class in a younger group that, let's see, I'm trying to think how old Regan is, 9 or 10. He has started going up to Appleton to take the classes. And they're not teaching all the violent stuff. They're teaching how to, sort of a little bit of blocking, but a lot of just staying on your feet, keep going. The instructor that they've got will line them up like a train, and the one at the end pushes. And it's just, she's having a ball.
You would be surprised how many people were or are part of this team. local
Yeah.
business leaders
Yeah.
and that I have met that were part of roller derby.
Absolutely.
It's a great way to get your exercise. Wow. And maybe we can have them in training and then to be the roller girls for Artie and Evans, who still
Well,
has their
they're-
servers on roller skates.
And they're looking for help.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They've had to shorten their hours because they are lacking the.
So we know, again, that there's plenty of opportunities in Oshkosh because you do see a lot of help wanted signs here in town for local businesses. So, get out and go support Oshkosh. This must be the contingency from the Military Veterans Museum.
And it looks like the MASH group.
And they're located at 4300 Poberezny Road, very near EAA, which is a good fit for them. So we're glad they could be here. They have a wonderful building now. They moved from downtown Oshkosh out to a bigger, better building where they can do more, store more, show more, and be more in our community. So thank you to the Military Veterans Museum.
I'm not sure if they've got it in this group right now, but they've got the Brutus gun truck. They've had a lot of publicity on that one. And the Brutus gun truck was built in 1969 for the Vietnam War and active from January of 69 to May of 72. And it had 2 forward 50 caliber machine guns and a 7.62 millimeter minigun in the rear. And there was a group of volunteers who banded together to create a replica.
It must be out and about. If you want more information, go to mvmwisconsin.com to get more information on how you can support the Military Veterans Museum. You also can volunteer there. They're always looking for volunteers to assist with tours and other things that go on at the museum.
Here comes Brutus. Here comes Brutus.
Oh.
And
Yes, it's tagged.
And did you know that you could request that Brutus replica and or its equipment for special events?
Wow.
When you talk about a big thing at your event.
Wow. Also do want to give hats off to the oldest continuous 4th of July celebration in the United States. Oshkosh is close, but it's the 4th of July parade in Bristol, Rhode Island. It began in 1785.
That's before my day.
Yeah, before our day, exactly. So celebrations go on all over again. Oshkosh is also, their parade is also pretty old and has a pretty great history here too in town. Thank you, Brutus.
Boy, they don't have much side view.
Yeah, not at all.
And next we've got the Amro Rushford Fire Department.
Glad that they could be with us today. Love the fire truck. Love the flag decal at the top of it also.
9/11, we started seeing more flags on the community vehicles.
Now I've been talking about the Winnebago County Fair, and here we have the Winnebago County Fairest of the Fair.
Ariel Bjorg.
It's her job, after she wins, to promote the fair and promote all the activities, the wonderful 4-H kids and people that are involved with it, everything else that takes place at the Winnebago County Fair, and all the people supporting it. So remember, come to the Winnebago County Fair in August of this year.
Well, and it's important to, again, recognize there are a few folks who are paid, but most of the folks that are working at the fair are volunteers.
Right, again.
And with the 4-H, again, volunteer leaders.
And the time really that the leaders give to the youth is just amazing. It's really commitment, and we appreciate that. Don't even want to try being on one of these bicycles, these special bicycles here. They're doing a good job, especially with the tight turns, I was just going to say I'd like to see how they get on the bicycle. I thought he was going to get off, but he's pedaling now with one foot. What a show off. I can't even get on the bike.
Well, and that large front wheel, well, the other one with his feet off the pedals entirely.
I love this though too because it does bring back times of good old America. You know, you see the bikes and people bike, and biking has really become the new thing now, to bike to work. All of the bike trails, all of the bike marathons that go on all over. People really are into biking. And Oshkosh has a few good bike shops in it too that we can get our vehicles from.
Well, and they start the kids with, I mean, back when we had the tricycles, but it seems like even before the kids can walk, they know how to pedal a little,
Yes.
their little toys that way.
And now, when we were growing up, the fat tires were in, and it was great to have the fat tires. Now the fat tires are back. For me, they'd be there to balance, but they must be
But
for
they're
the
the-
off-roading.
It's
And
for the off-roading, and you notice in the winter that they even do biking.
yeah. Yes, on the ice, I saw that. That was really cool.
Right. Coming up next, we've got the Oshkosh Gymnastics in cheer group. And again, they perform all the way through the parade.
And again, they're award winners in Wisconsin. It says level 6, they were first place in 2017. Level 4 was second place in 2016. So the award-winning gymnastics center, all located here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Uh-oh, Judy, they're bringing a mat out. They're calling for you to get out there.
No, that's to protect me if I fall.
Oh, they're bringing a couple mats out, right in front of us, too. More information on the Oshkosh Gymnastics and Cheer is 235-7800. So let's see. Oh, they're going to do some tumbling right over the mats. Wow.
Remember, was it a year or two ago, we had a couple of them that were actually walking on their hands
Yes.
for probably a block.
Quite a distance,
Yeah.
you're right. And that, first of all, I think the cement has to be hot, or the
Yes.
pavement.
And
But
you don't, I mean, how much gravel and other
Yes.
debris there is there, and to be able to do it and just keep going.
yes,
I mean, the
exactly.
discipline, you know, self-discipline that these kids have, and the, you know, the energy and flexibility and everything, which really, when you stop to think about it, and yes, I make fun of my age, but if they continue with that more active lifestyle, aging is going to be a whole different ball game than the ones where everybody sits around.
Which I agree with. At Aurora, I have volunteers who are in their 80s who are in yoga classes and fitness classes, and you would never guess their age because they continue with the activity that they do so well. And I think that's a true point. The more active you are, the longer you can put off the hip and the knee and all of that stuff, unless there's an injury. So
Right.
kudos to them.
And coming up next, we've got Oshkosh Jets, which are part of the cheer group. And again, they do competitions and do well.
So again, if you joined us, we're here in beautiful downtown Oshkosh with Oshkosh Media taping this. I'm John Neiman with Aurora Medical Center.
And Judy Ritchie with the Oshkosh Committee on Aging and Community Advocate.
We're glad that you could be here and join us for our annual Oshkosh Independence Day Parade. Beautiful downtown Oshkosh on this gorgeous day where there's a wonderful breeze. And here we have the group, the Oshkosh Jets, doing some cheers for us. I think they might do some stunts for us too. Wow.
Whoa. Balance and coordination.
Wow, standing tall and proud. Great job, girls. Nobody fell, which is good. The spotters were great watching them. Wonderful time. Big group too. Lots of kids, which I think also is amazing because this is one parade that takes place during a very busy time for families, which is the 4th of July weekend and all the activities. And to see this many children out here with their parents at this hour is just amazing.
Well, and again, the parents, the dedication that it takes to get those kids to all the different classes and things. Next, we've got Lamerz Bus Lines, and this time they're saluting, I believe, Iwo Jima, and they have contracts to transport our military families. They're very involved at different times with disasters where bus service is needed in a hurry. They're just a wonderful group to work with.
Very community-minded, like you said, very civic-minded. Gorgeous bus, again, with the decaling on the bus. Land of the free and the brave, give me liberty. It does really make us all pause today and remember why we're here and all the blessings and freedoms that we do enjoy. So thank you, Lamerz, for being part of our parade. And then coming into sight, after Lamerz is the Winnebago County Democratic Party with their vehicles and their marchers with us today also. Love the car, love the color of the car too.
You can see Gordon Hintz's group is coming up. I don't think he misses a parade. He's been very involved, and just because he represents us, in Madison, he also represents us as a community. He is a part of the community. A lot of events that he's been involved with from long before he was elected. So kudos to him.
Boy, when we're talking about staying fit and staying healthy, you want to stay fit and healthy, come be part of our parade. I'm sure they would appreciate lots of different entries in the parade, whether it's floats, whether it's walking units, whether it's more music. It's a great way to get your exercises to be part of this parade.
And coming up next, we've got Link Computing Solutions. They are located over on 9th.
I think they used to
Rugby.
be the old
Geordies.
old Geordies, which we remember a lot to get the penny candy and everything else. And this, again, kind of like the towing company, you're glad that they're there if you need them. And
there are several of us in our building have their, they've got contracts, and they just dial in and take care of things on our computers, and it's wonderful. I've never had a problem with them.
Well, and behind them is someone known formerly as Bethlehem, but now they are called Miravita. And they have these wonderful pedicabs that volunteers drive. And again, the pedicabs are decorated with pom-poms and flowers that were made by the residents of Miravita.
And I will correct you, they are rickshaws.
On their site it says pedicabs.
Oh, they call them rickshaws a lot too. They're new.
But they're volunteer driven.
Absolutely. The Oshkosh Police Department is very much involved.
Oh, they definitely are. So we're so glad, and it's a great way to get the residents out and about on beautiful days. So we're glad they're always a staple in our parade. And the residents love to make the pom-poms and the flowers. Wonderful. And now we're looking through our book.
And coming up next should be All Seasons Landscaping. And And I'm not sure that that's what we have here.
He's handing out brochures, so if it is all seasons landscaping, please do not give one to my wife, who's in the audience here, because she loves to collect ideas on different things to do with the yard and landscaping. And it's always good if you have a professional there to help you with it.
And does she have Pinterest to make sure that she's getting the right stuff?
Oh my gosh. That is one thing that has just taken off, hasn't it? Pinterest, I tell you. Get so many ideas on there.
And so far, I have refrained from having an account. I just look at my daughter's instead.
People just love that, to share the ideas and everything that is going on.
And here is the Oshkosh Speed Zone.
Which has a lot of support in our community.
They do.
Something good to do on a night off on a Friday night is go to, as it says, Wisconsin's premier dirt track, racing every Friday night, and they're very proud of what they do, and they have the support of our community.
Remember as a kid going to the fairgrounds out on Murdoch?
Yep. What I love about this parade, it brings back such memories.
You can tell how old we are.
Oh, and there they are. We were just talking about, look what they're handing out. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, hey, there we go. You're on our good list. We were just talking about the different things that people hand out, and now we got our icy pops and we got some pens too. So
and
wonderful.
We have the Masonic Lodge, Ron Montgomery from the county. A lot of good people, again, doing good for the community.
And again, like you said, there's so many things you can join in our community, whether it's the Kiwanis or the Elks or the Rotaries or the different lodges. There's a lot for you to do to be involved in our wonderful community of Oshkosh. And again, that was Oshkosh Lodge 27 of the Three Masons. So again, we're glad that they could be here and join us. They remind me of Johnny Cash because they're all in black. And I think that's a myth, that black makes you hotter when you're wearing it.
I wear black a lot because that's kind of my uniform. I can put bright colors with the rest of it.
Exactly, and I think it's just as cool as any other color.
Okay, and next we've got Expert Towing. And they've got the big lot up on Murdoch, and they're also out on E near Amro. Again, people that you need,
Yes.
When you need them, they're there.
And they really are there. And then today, with everything going on with insurance companies providing the towing, they really are there really, really quick. So we do appreciate them.
And their trucks are very recognizable with the purple,
yeah,
purple
definitely.
and white.
So I think this is part of the Oshkosh Baseball Giants that are coming through here.
Just before Expert Towing. It was hard to tell before.
I know, they're kind of like mixed together. Maybe they're part of the same group.
There's their mascot.
Wow. Superhero with the Oshkosh Giants. Because we're a strong city of Oshkosh. And again, they have the candy that they're also throwing out. What I like to for this parade is to see the people who go to the sidelines and hand out the candy. It's just so much safer for the kids, and that way too they make sure that everybody gets some candy. So thank you, Expert Towing, for also supporting the Oshkosh Giants. We appreciate that very much.
Oh, they've got bottle cozies, can cozies.
And it also said that they were a professional minor league team in the 1940s. That is amazing. So Oshkosh really has been on the map.
Now, wasn't Harold Eichstadt part of that group?
Uh-huh.
And he just threw out the ball at the Timber Rattlers game,
Right.
and he's all of, 101?
Wow.
Something like that. I mean, he's more than 19 or 20.
Got to get one of those hats with the purple hair on it. Looks cool. thank you again for joining us for Oshkosh Media's coverage of the 4th of July parade here in downtown Oshkosh. We also do have to apologize, as Judy said before. Sometimes the entries are out of order from the book that we have, so we scramble fast to find them, but I think we're doing pretty good keeping on track.
Hopefully. We'd like to thank our parade committee, Rick Wing, chairman, Dee Shates, Ann Houck, who's the parade coordinator. And then we've got the Vietnam Veterans of America, Dwayne Cannon, Rick Wing, Chuck Butzloff, Gary Lee, Bruce Williams, Joe Vandenheuvel, Jeff Freund, Myron Dimmitt, Jake Hendricks, Dennis Cartwright, and the Associates of Vietnam Veterans of America, Betty Cannon, Donna Butzloff, Gloria Cartwright, Dee Shates, Ann Houck, and Tom Schofield.
And again, it takes the committee to do all this, and it takes volunteers to help that committee. So we're very appreciative of that. So I think this is Jericho Road Ministries Incorporated of Oshkosh.
And they're from over at Zion Church. They have a food pantry, they have a resale shop, they have
a daycare nursery. Zion Church is so active and a staple in our community for all that they do, and so we're very appreciative of that also. But again, it's nice to see the kids out here in the parade, and all the wonderful, look at the flags on the float that were created by the kids using their handprints.
Right.
Really nice.
And they're a first-year entry for us. So
very nice.
Good to
Thank
see
you
them.
for being part of our parade. We appreciate it. And coming down the road then is a familiar face. It's the Verve, and it's the Verve Cube truck. I'm finally used to saying Verve, because before I would say, before they changed their name, we've always been part of them, and it's nice to have them here. Very active in our community in a lot of things that they do, whether it's scholarships, supporting projects in our community. It's the Verve, so we appreciate you being here in our community. Love the orange shirts.
And you see the Cube, which stands for Credit Union Big Experience, out in the community a lot. They have it at various events.
And again, with this group, like with others, it's nice to see the employees of Verve and other groups here participating and actually being part of the parade. So,
and bringing their family.
Yes, thank you for taking time to do that.
And next we've got Hometown Broadcasting, and their yellow VW Bug is sort of a icon for them at this point, and you will see them around.
Retro radio, so in Oshkosh, 98.3 FM. And behind them
is Oshkosh Corporation. It's celebrating 100 years. And there's lots of different events going on. They're showing a number of their vehicles today. There is also, and I misplaced my sheet.
They're going to have a parade and an open house on July 15th. And it says the community is invited for their 100-year parade and open house at Oshkosh Corp. Put that on your calendar, July 15th.
And it will be out on 20th. And I believe it's between Georgia and Oregon Street.
I would look at that lady with bags full of candy. I bet you her arms are tired when she gets to Menominee Park.
So we have the cement mixer, we have the defense vehicle.
And you're right, it says now, get the dates, the parade on July 15th is from 10 to 11, and the open house is from 11 to 3, celebrating 100 years in our community, Oshkosh Corps. Flashing lights, Judy, what's happening?
I don't know, it must be the Oshkosh Fire Department.
Again, it's Engine 15, Rescue 15, Med 15, and Command 15 are all here in our parade, the City of Oshkosh Fire Department. Bright red, flashing lights.
And again, the group that you really are glad to have.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And they're very active out in the community. And there are things that they do that people don't realize. They work with a lot of folks that need their smoke alarm batteries changed. They check homes. You know, it's not just when there's an incident, but they will, you know, come in and check homes, make sure that they have the smoke alarms,
Yes.
that they will help change the batteries.
Lots
They're-
of education. Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
They do
The smokehouse
Yes, they
and
do
everything.
tours for community school children of their wonderful facilities. They really are active in our community and good civil servants for us.
I was at a meeting back in December with Chuck Hobley, you know, with the paramedics, and some of the outreach type things that they want to do as innovations, doing, you know, again, trying to do more with less.
Yeah, in our times today.
To be
correct.
more effective and just creating awareness, helping folks with when they come into a home and someone has fallen, obviously they're picking them up, but helping them know about what are some of the resources out there so that they can, you know, strengthen, balance.
Which is what we're all about, is collaboration, sharing the resources, letting people know the resources that are here, which again, we talk about our show Helping Hands. That's one thing we do on there, is share the resources that people may not know of or know about in our community. We're trying to make it more aware, because when you need those resources, you need those resources.
One of the things that, and as a member of Altrusa, which is a service organization, a project that we just completed was the Lucas heart compression machines, which are wonderful with folks who have a heart attack arrested, and it maintains a better level of CPR, the chest compressions. Because you get tired after you've done them for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And again, we're reminding people, go to oshkoshmedia.org, go to their website and see the schedule of all the wonderful programs that are on Life TV and Gov TV. There's just a lot going on in Oshkosh, and we really truly appreciate it. And then to have our city council personally hand us candy.
Tom Peck.
That just makes it that much more special also. Got my first piece of candy at the end of parade, but I got it. So we're thankful also for the volunteers who make up our city council and are out here marching in the parade today. And hey, if you want something quick, you call
Jimmy Johns.
Yeah, there we go.
Before you hang up the phone, they're there, or at least according to the commercial.
Yes. And Judy, now it's a little out of order, but we found them. It's
Glen Valley Farms with the horses
on Vinland
and
Road.
the puppies.
Beautiful, beautiful horses. And so check out Glen Valley Farms. I think they do tours
I think so.
there to show people the beautiful horses. And horse therapy, equine therapy is really, really hot right now. Horses are so gentle and they're so intuitive. And so to do therapy with the horses is a wonderful thing.
It helps to build balance, core strength for folks that are really having those issues with their disabilities.
And contrary to popular belief, dogs get along with horses, as we can see right now on the road. What a cute little dog.
And you notice a couple of the horses are actually, not only do they have their bows, red, white, and blue bows, but they have the stars and stripes painted on them.
And, you know, and one thing about this parade, I'm glad that Oshkosh Media let me go up from being the pooper scooper for the horses all the way to parade commentary. I have made that leap, and I am so thankful for that, because that is a hard job to follow those horses and clean up after them. So, but it takes all kinds to put on this parade, as we said. It's all types of volunteers. So, and I do love, look at the horse with the flag spray painted on it. And I've seen them, like you said, with the stars.
Yep.
Another one with the flag. Horse is very patriotic. And I think it's time to show off, to let the horses show off a little. After all, they're walking in the parade. Let people see them and see how beautiful they are. And again, we're so glad that you could join us for this parade. It is just wonderful. For me, actually, it is a highlight of the year because it's a chance to see old friends, to make new friends, to see what's going on in our wonderful community of Oshkosh, Event City, and to celebrate.
And it is a major tradition. And as we hear the siren, there is an ambulance south of us.
Oh. Work does go on,
It
even
does.
though it's the 4th of July.
Well, remember a few years ago, one of the roller derby gals tripped and fell up
Yeah.
the way, and we had the ambulance go up to assist her.
Yeah, we first of all just thought it was part of the parade, and then we realized no. And it does bring back memories when we were growing up too. On the 4th of July, nothing was open. Gas stations weren't open. Nothing was open. You planned ahead, and everyone took off and celebrated. Now today, lots of places are open on holidays. Sometimes it's better to go back to those times, those simpler times, I think. And Judy, do we have a good picture? Do we have a good?
I don't know.
And I believe it's a golden shovel. That's all I'm going to say. But there are probably two of the most important people in our parade today, for all the other people walking and everything, are those two young men right there. And what does his shirt say?
Poop Patrol.
It does say poop. Okay, I can say it on TV. Poop Patrol. Okay, it does say that. But thank you for being part of our parade here today. We all appreciate it. Oh. And a wonderful little float too with the hay bales and the John Deere.
And I'm not sure what that one is.
They're all happy and wonderful. I don't know if this is part of Rich's Barber Shop, or they just said there's a parade going on in town and they wanted to be part of it, which is good too. It's nice to see the hay bales with the flags. Nice to pause right there and to get a good look at it too. Thank you. The little girl blowing bubbles. And look at, they're all coordinated with their outfits. How very, very nice. Okay, limousine service, Judy.
Oh, rich and rare limousine service.
Wow. Packages for everyone and everything, from weddings to proms to concerts, picking you up at the airport in style, sporting events and corporate events. It's rich and rare limousine service.
Gee, when we were delivering Meals on Wheels, we could have done a whole side of town with
would
that.
that have not been cool?
It would have been. This is probably Rich's Barber Shop. He's located in the 1200 block of Main Street, and he has quite an interesting backstory. And along with that, he's very involved in the community with various, they're small fundraisers compared to some of the other things that we see. But he's always doing something for somebody else.
And it's nice to see the word barber shop once again. So, as it says, haircut, fades, lineups, full cuts, and shave packages. Going back in time, which is really nice to bring that back. So, thank you, Rich's Barbershop, for being part of our parade today.
And then coming up next, we've got Wisconsin Right to Life, the Winnebago County chapter, and doing their statement exactly right. You're choosing life and valuing life.
Right.
Which we do.
What a beautiful, gorgeous car, too.
Mm-hmm.
People just love, I don't know who gets the more enjoyment, the kids that are running to get the candy or the people in the car who are throwing out the candy, because the smiles on their faces, wonderful.
And we have, we have Nolte's, staple in the community for a very long time. And again, the company that you need, and they're there when you need them.
Yes. And it's nice to have the options, because especially in the winter, when you may need a towing service.
They're busy.
Yeah, they're busy, and you need to have more than one available. And Judy, this is a
very, very new one. It's the ad car.
The ad. I I'm going AD car. Okay.
It's the ad car, and it's a portable billboard, and you'll find them going all through the community. The first few times I saw the flashing lights, I was wondering what was going on. You know, you've got the flashing lights coming up behind you.
And I wondered what that was too. So that you can rent that, you can rent your message out.
Yes.
Well, that unique. People do unique things. That is an eye catcher there.
And coming up next is the Fox Valley Pride Outland. And just a second, I'm trying to find my notes. They're promoting an event in Appleton, but it's the Gay Pride. And the importance of recognizing that not everyone is the same, that they have as many rights and are just as good as anyone else. And following behind them is the Winnebago Land BMX group.
Again, we're talking about getting out and getting exercise. And I do want to say, first of all, they're all wearing helmets, which is really important in this day and age to have your helmet on while you're riding your bikes. And so, number one safety tip. And there we were talking about the big fat tires. Wow. I could do that bike. Okay. I could do that one. All different types and styles, too.
And you notice how there were some really tiny ones up front, and then we've got the adults here in the group.
You know, I would do more bike riding if they would just make more comfortable seats. I still have not found the perfect seat yet. Judy, do not make any comments or remarks on that.
I wasn't going to say a word.
I saw the smirk on your face. But bike riding is in, and it's cool and everything, and it's great exercise. So
this is a family show. I'm not that naughty.
But again, I remember growing up with the Schwinns, you know, and the banana bikes and all of that cool stuff. And taking decks of cards and putting them on your spokes
so that they sounded like a motorbike.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope they're a good group because the police are with them right behind it. So I hope they're a good group of bike riders. They're just watching to make sure everything's going okay.
Well, back then we didn't have, you know, our parents taking us every place.
Right.
We walked or we rode our bikes.
That's exactly right. Yep, right. And again, it's a great chance for us now, as there's a little pause in the parade, to thank everybody who made this possible, which goes from the wonderful staff and volunteers at Oshkosh Media, to our wonderful parade committee, to all of the entries, to the police department who helps with the road closings and everything, to the committee members, to also our audience who came out here today to watch the parade in downtown Oshkosh leading to Menominee Park in the end of Sawdust Days, to also our audience at home who watch us on OshkoshMedia.org. Thank you very much.
Coming past now is the Oshkosh North Spartan Wrestling Club.
And they've got their candy out there. And again, this is another sport and activity that teaches so many different values and concepts to our kids, like the martial arts and that do. Teamwork, dedication, physical conditioning.
The things that we didn't need all the organized activities, because that was just the way of life.
Exactly, the way it was. And again, it's nice, I still have to say, it's nice to see all the youth here, because they could be sleeping in or enjoying the activities at Sawdust Days or at a family picnic or a park, but they're here in Oshkosh's parade because they know how important this parade is to Oshkosh Event City.
And coming up, just starting to come up, is the parade committee with Rick Wing as the chairman, Dee Shates, Ann Hauk, and then the Vietnam Veterans of America group in its entirety is Dwayne Cannon, Rick Wing, Chuck Butzloff, Gary Lee, Bruce Williams, Joe Vandenheuvel, Jeff Freund, Myron Dimmitt, Jake Hendricks, Dennis Cartwright, and the Associates of Vietnam Veterans of America, Betty Cannon, Donna Butzloff, Gloria Cartwright, Dee Shates, Ann Hauk, and Tom Schofield.
And I do want to say that it's important for us to remember and recognize that most of these people served our country, being very supportive in the wars that we've undergone, and they're still giving back today by serving on the parade committee, being part of the parade. So we appreciate them. They're waving at us. We're so happy that they take the time out to plan this for our enjoyment and for the city of Oshkosh's enjoyment. So it's just a wonderful day as we see how fitting for them to end the parade also, because they're the ones who put all of this together for us and our wonderful city of Oshkosh 4th of July parade. Especially, you know, the group that's overlooked, like we've talked about before, the Vietnam Veterans of America.
Well, when we talk about that, one of the groups that's not involved today is the Old Glory Honor Flight. And back in June, they had the 40th Mission 40, where they had World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Desert Storm. Wonderful group.
They are, yes. And so, again, here it is. It seems to be the end of the parade. It seems like it just started. We're so glad that you could be with us here for Oshkosh's 4th of July Independence Day Parade. Thank you again to all the volunteers who made this possible, to Oshkosh Media. We're so very grateful that you could join us. I'm John Neiman with Aurora Medical Center.
And Judy Ritchie with the Oshkosh Committee on Aging and Community Advocate. Thank you for joining us.
And enjoy your summer.